Alright, I'm gonna have God the let Jesus God this one, God. So what should I have God say in this one? Like, it's done away with, all the curses are tied to the emotions. Okay. Makes sense. It's done away with, all the curses tied to the emotions. So yeah, well, how would I break that down? Like, it's done away with, all of the curses are tied to the emotions. I gotta let that sink in. I don't even know, man. No, but for real, like, what does it mean to, like, say it's done away with? Like, it's over, like, the curses, and then the curses, like, the curses are tied to the emotions. So, like, the emotions, basically, with the emotions and stuff, what they chose, it's tied by their curses, and the emotions are cursing them to at that. So it's like, it's tied together, So that's what I mean. So, like, and because of that, and because that's done away with, and because it's done away with, it's like that too. So it's like, it's done away with because the curse with the curse. So, like, all these people, it's done away with because their curses are tied to the emotions. Wait, curses are tied to the emotions. That's another way of looking at it too. So they curses. So what would they curses be? What they do is that rejecting God, rejecting the truth. They failures. They all sorts of stuff. Like, they just, like, God rejecting them. That's a curse in itself too. So it's like, it's tied to the emotions, and the emotions is what gets them to, like, it's because the emotions, the curse, it's called cursed emotions. Tiario did videos about that stuff, but it's called cursed emotions. So yeah, that's what I really want to say about that, about God speaking to me about that. So it's like, it don't really matter to it. Don't really matter to what people think too, because, like, their emotions are cursed. The emotions are cursed. If they want to just keep playing with their emotions, it's done away with for them. It's done away with from them, and there's nothing they can do about it. Because every time you blaspheme the Holy Ghost, that's your curse. That's your curse right there. That's a curse. To blaspheme the Holy Ghost, you curse yourself, and then God gives you over to the devil with emotions, cursed emotions, all sorts of stuff. That yeah, makes sense. That's why you can't be in emotions and stuff, because if you're over here being in emotions, you cursing yourself, and it's done away with because of that. So that's why you never follow your emotions. Because you follow your emotions, you curse yourself. That's what it is. That's what it really is. Like, and what is the emotions? What you choose to do, with yourself in your life, is reject God, reject the truth, reject the message, reject change, reject doing what's right. And yeah, like, your emotions are set up to get you away from doing all those things. So if you reject your emotions, you're rejecting the curses. You're rejecting those curses, because your emotions make you want to do all sorts of stupid stuff, like blaspheme. And some people take the emotions are so cursed in emotions, they blaspheme the Holy Ghost, and you can't be forgiven for that. So there's different type of blasphemies, like, but that's what I want to say about that. Is like, it's done away with. God, so God spoke to me, told me, son, it's done away with. The curses are tied to the emotions. It's done away with. The curses are tied to their emotions. So because of that, they can't get nothing done. They reject the truth. They don't fight for no change. They want to stay the same. They want to stay inside the devil matrix, looking like an idiot, looking like a damn fool. They don't want to do nothing with themselves. They want to keep rejecting the true speakers out here. They want to keep rejecting that because it's done away with. Their curses are tied to their emotions. So that's what I want to say about that. It's done away with. Their curses are tied to their emotions. And, I rather, and if I do get emotions, I rather get any emotions for God, like loving God and stuff like that. I'd rather get any emotions for that, like also worship and emotion stuff. That's just my personal opinion. My personal view on emotions is that, if I'm gonna get emotional, it's gonna be like, okay, let's worship God, or let's stuff like that, or that's what I want to say about that. If I get into some type of emotions or feelings type stuff, but I ain't gonna get into all those feelings that's gonna curse feelings and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. So that means so much peace.